Keith is prescribed a 1-inch long transparent capsule containing 24 tiny plastic rings. What is this for, and what is special about the rings? I'll say that again. Keith is prescribed a 1-inch long transparent capsule containing 24 plastic rings. What is this for, and what is special about the rings?
Is it for Sonic?
He's just hit a spike, lost all his rings.
You gotta contain them.
But then you can still catch them as you're going back into them.
Also, unfortunately, the doctor was Dr. Robotnik, and this is all going to end very badly for him. I made a video game joke. That doesn't happen often.
You did.
That is a counter that only goes up to 1.
It sounds like a medicine box, right? It sounds like a little box of, all the pills, like old people have them. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But this is 24, and it's transparent, so you can see them.
It's only 1 inch, though.
It's so small, so those rings must be tiny.
A friend of mine got prescribed a camera. Like, you can get a pill camera that contains a little tiny light and a battery and a transmitter. And you have to wear the receiver around your neck for 24 hours. But it just, like, you swallow it, and the instruction is, do not recover it afterwards.
Ooh.
I wonder how the Wi-Fi signal is in there.
Well, the thing,
very good.
She had to wear, like, a full receiver box on the front. And, like, anytime she moved or it moved, it would send a signal. But if everything was static, it wouldn't, to save battery. Like, fascinating bit of technology. And yes, of course, she recovered it afterwards and sent what she called the cursed selfie to the group chat, which was just...
Well, apparently something shot on that camera is up for best foreign object picture at the Oscars. Okay, that's good stuff, actually.
That's a good one.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone. Appreciate that.
I can't think what 24 rings would be, though. Unless that's the number of sphincters it goes through on the way.
I guess there must be multiple sphincters in the body, right? There's a lot of internal sphincters.
Oh, in your heart, I guess people... Would you call that a sphincter? It's more like a valve.
But what is a sphincter if not a valve?
There are many internal sphincters, yeah.
You said it with such... The intonation was such that I would believe you if you said there are 2 million sphincters
Oh,
in
I'm sorry,
the human
no,
body.
there are many.
There are many. There's many. Many sphincters.
The amount of the ring, like the exact 24, doesn't matter. You need quite a bit, but...
Okay.
So it's something to go in the body?
Yes.
Is it? Yes. And then the rings are there for cholesterol purposes.
Are the rings like stents? Maybe the transparent box dissolves away and then... Are they, like stenting open a heart valve, or I suppose it would be in your esophagus?
That's the thing. I was assuming they were swallowing this, in which case, like, nothing's going to go into the rest of the body. Like,
Right.
there's barriers there. You're not going to get a 1-inch ring through. Look, there's a joke about rings that we're all not going to make here. Okay.
Are you talking about the rectum? Are you talking about the anal ring?
Yeah.
Because it will
Yeah,
go that way because it's going through your digestive
Yeah.
system.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to spell it out through metaphor and illusion,
Right.
but sure, we'll just
I'll say that the capsule is 1 inch long, but the rings are tiny.
The
They're tiny.
capsule. Oh, so capsule. I was imagining. So it's literally like a pill, a see-through pill. What do you need the little rings for? They're so
Goes
little.
in that way.
Yep.
And then it sort of, the rings get through the stomach.
All right.
Hydrochloric acid? No,
Yeah.
surely they do?
yeah. The stomach won't dissolve like plastic or anything like that.
Are these rings plastic?
I don't
they're
know, but I'm
plastic.
assuming
They are
they are.
plastic rings, yeah. 24 plastic rings. They're going, let's say they go in your stomach.
Yeah, but plastic is mostly going to pass through. Plastic doesn't show up that well on X-rays.
Is it to plug holes in the large intestine?
Of those that I've been going through, Tom, keep going. Keep having fun with this one.
Was I wrong about X-rays? Maybe they do show up.
It's on an X-ray, it's on an MRI.
They got little trackers. They've got they're like, what's that thing that the dyes or something like that you can track?
Keep going. Keep going.
That's it, isn't that it? Stuart got it. It's the dye. And then you take an X-ray, you see the dye, you see when it went, you see where the hole is, you look at the dye and you see the root.
Yeah. So why would you, what would be the idea of doing this?
Yeah, because you could just drink the dye. Like, people drink stuff to show. Like, you don't need the capsule and the rings and everything to go through that rigmarole. You just you drink the dye stuff.
But what would be the difference between a liquid and a physical object?
Time release of the time they take to...
Davina, keep going.
Well, if the 24, maybe they're different thicknesses, each of the plastic hoops, so it's different timing. How long does absorption take? How long does dilution take?
You're dancing, like, if I want to go into specifics, you're kind of dancing around what's going on here. You're pixels away. You're pixels away.
All I can think about is that then obviously they will make it all the way through the body at some point. Mm-hmm. And now I'm terrified of this image of going to the bathroom and then someone hammering on the door and you're like, what's that? And then they knock the door down and it's Sonic desperately going into the toilet.
To get the rings?
Yeah,
to get these 24 rings?
Every time you go to the bathroom, there's just this bring sound.
Oh no, he's here! He's here!
That's horrible.
Yeah, little angry little hedgehog coming at you.
But also he can't get the rings because haven't they...
So they're not gonna dissolve, but Stuart, you said that they will go out at once, will they?
No, they'll go out at different times because they're different
So
thicknesses.
You've got Sonic bashing at your door for days.
He's not.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself smashing down the toilet
Is that
cubicles.
DYE a hero?
So,
Yeah.
okay, nice. You take the pill. It dissolves in your stomach. The 24 rings are released and travel at different speeds through your body.
Yep.
So you're seeing absorption. Because they're travelling at different speeds, you can see different absorption rates. So say you want to see how someone's breaking something down, how the enzymes in their stomach are working.
There we go. Yes. You're basically tracking how things will travel throughout the body.
Huh.
Yeah. But what's special about the rings? Because I say plastic rings, but Tom is right. That's not going to work.
Ladies are obsessed with rings. They're obsessed with locking it down. Mm-hmm. It's like if you can't get that kind of ring.
Are they all different sizes? Do they all?
If I say they're not necessarily perfectly plastic.
They're not perfectly plastic.
They're called markers. These rings.
I can't. I mean, this was like in my degree. I just can't. It was such a long time ago.
What's your degree?
Neuroscience.
There is a fancy word that Tom might have danced around a little bit.
Is it proverbial?
Do you just get an X-ray after a while, and you have this? But
bright colour. You'd have green.
Rings?
You literally would see a green.
Yeah.
To see the where something's moved, there would be green lines on those say the veins or the arteries.
You basically have it. They're called radio opaque. I wouldn't expect you to find the actual name of it. Yeah. So there are tests to show how one's colon is functioning, and they show up on X-rays. In a colon transit study, a patient swallows a capsule containing multiple small rings. The rings are radio opaque, they block X-rays, and therefore appear clearly on the image.
Has anyone ever done a time-lapse X-ray?
Probably you wouldn't want that, I think.
No, you wouldn't. But it might be a good way to go out.
Sort of, because in the very early days of X-rays, when they didn't understand how dangerous they were, the way that I think it was like a shoe sizing machine that was just a constantly on X-ray. Oh. And you just put your foot in it, and there are the bones. Yeah, waggle your toes about. There you go. Good luck. Yeah, that was a thing for a little while. Fluoroscope, I think it was called.
I put my foot in it.
Hey,
I had an X-ray this week, first one for many years, and the girl, it was very funny. She was obviously a trainee, but didn't get that I was a real patient, and she was about to take a picture of the wrong arm, and it was quite hard to be very. It made me think of when people amputate the wrong leg, and she was about to take. She was like, "Move me," and I was like, it's the other arm. She was like, okay, noted, thank you. It was very Gen Z. It was, have you seen the sketches of people who work at Joe and the Juice? It was like that, but for the X-ray. And she kept being like, God, it's really heavy. And it was like, maybe I might not be the person to complain to. I'm in a lot of pain. That was actually quite an old lady complaint, but X-rays, fun, radiation.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.